I received my COVID vaccination in February and March of 2021.
I was an early participant in the Johnson and Johnson trials, starting in November of 2020.
So I received my vaccination back in February. I am twice vaccinated or dual vaccinated.
I first got my very first dose of the COVID vaccine in January. And I have since then had my second dose of the Pfizer vaccine in February. And then I just recently got my third dose because I have terminal cancer and my daughter has cerebral palsy that would make it pretty difficult for her to be able to breathe if she were to get COVID.
So I received my COVID vaccination the third week of January, and then again, I believe the end of the first week of February.
The motivational factors for me are that I am immunocompromised and that it is very crucial that I maintain my my health by taking vaccines when they are recommended. And the other thing is that the biggest thing is that my mother is currently on dialysis, and to support my ability to go see her, I needed to be vaccinated.
What prompted me to take this seriously was looking at actual clinical data on how the virus exploits the body's weaknesses, type 2 diabetes, respiratory illnesses, chronic health conditions. It seemed to really exploit those things.
One of the motivational factors for me to get the COVID vaccine was that it wasn't actually really much of a question to me. I just wanted to get the vaccine as soon as possible. As a person with terminal ovarian cancer, the treatments that we have today are all because of a clinical trial. And while the COVID vaccine particularly rolled out quicker than other vaccines had, this vaccine has been in the works for several years. So it wasn't exactly new. Now, I chose to get the vaccine because I want to protect myself. I'm already a terminal patient, so I don't need another illness to take me away from the 3 daughters that I have. I also want to be able to still maintain the lifestyle that I love living, which is going to musical concerts, eating out to dinner, traveling around. And I know if we can't stop the mutations, I know that if we're all sick, then that's not something that we can do. I got the vaccine as part of it being for me, part of it being for my family, part of it being for the community, and then also part of it so that we can be part of that group of people that help to stop the mutations.
I just felt it was important because of my presence in different community stakeholder positions that I felt it was important to be safe around others.
What motivated me to get my vaccine shot wasn't just because I work in a nonprofit pediatric clinic and I'm associated in the schools. It's also because I knew it was the right thing to do for my family. I have 2 children one who was very asthmatic as a child and outgrew it, and one who has not outgrown it. And I didn't want anything to happen to them because of me. And so I had to do whatever I could to prevent that from happening. I'm also a believer in prevention and making sure that we do whatever we can. If there's a tool accessible and available, then let's use it in order to prevent something from happening. And that's just why it motivated me to do it. Had I known about the studies that they were doing prior to it, I probably would have signed up for that as well. But for me, it's very important that I look out for my family first, and then I'm looking out for my community, and looking out for the people I work with. So to me, it was important to get vaccinated, and I hope that other people feel the same way, that they realize that it's not just for you, and it's that it's really making an impact in your family and in the community as a whole.